Hey Stampers, Gaynor again, and I'm playing with scraps again, but I'm saying scraps, I'm using little strips from that new designer series paper that came out in the little catalogue. I can't think what it's called. Oh, the Oh Holy Night one, I think it is. Beautiful. I cut about 6 strips of each, I think it was, or 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I've got bits here as well, which I've cut off of the cards, which I'm keeping. I'll show you the card I made. It's so cute. And we've done scrap cards before, but this time we put in some of that beautiful it was called Bedazzled, and I think it's called now More Dazzled, even though it was out a while back. It was only in one colour. Well, that's the one I've used on here because I didn't buy the new pack because I got so much of this left. And I just think it makes a beautiful mail Christmas card. Excuse me, I got a frog in my throat. So I've offset the sentiment. I did use black ink, and this time I fetched my gold embossing powder in, so we'll use some of that. I mean, you could keep this straight, you could keep the pattern straight, you could even do a herringbone style, and I've gone this time and I've cut some different gold strips. These are only 1/8 of an inch wide, and I've added adhesive strips on the back. I've had these in the drawer since I bought them. I mean, look, 152. It must be 4 or 5 years ago, and I've still got, I forget they're there. So I've used some of this, and I've backed my beautiful gold card. This will never go to waste because I can cut shapes out. I could have cut a gold pant. That in gold would look nice as well. This beautiful pattern here in gold. Let me show you. I don't think I've stuck it all down. No, it will come up. So you could cut it out of gold paper or back it on some gold, but then you won't see the lovely pattern. I think it's just cute. And this comes in 3 strips, so you can just easy peel. So I've done that. Let me pop that away. I'm doing it on a very vanilla card because of the very vanilla in the background. I got a plain piece of white cheap card, cut 1/8 of an inch smaller than my navy, and my navy beautiful design is gonna be cut out off the back of this card. Nobody's gonna see it when my patterned paper is layered over the top, so I'm not wasting any extra cardstock. I'm getting it from here. And then I've got a piece of Whisper White. I'm going to cut that out. That's for the center. I'll do that now, actually. I'll have to cut the other one out on my large machine because it's a little bit, I don't want to chop the card down any, and this one's a little bit too small. Love it, it's so cute. So I can stamp my sentiment on there. This comes from the Christmas Classic, and I've got mine under here. Beautiful. Well, again, has chopped into herself. So I'll chop that in there. Give me 2 seconds to run this through. I cannot lift it onto my desk. Oh, never. Well, I can, but it's so heavy. It's easier for me to just roll it through. I only got to lean across my desk a little bit. I love this because it's all magnetic. Look, it's brilliant. And I like the grids on it for when you are die cutting and wanting to do straight lines. So let's get that in there. I've got to put it away, otherwise I'll forget. Then I'll lose bits and I'm terrible. So this now, obviously, once we've done our design on there, will fit over there And no one's even going to know that pattern's come out of there. I love the way it cuts out beautiful, leaves all the little scraps on my mat. Just give that a shake with my thumb and it loosens everything off. And then I can just pop that in the bin. I think I paid £6 on Amazon for that and it was well worth it. So look at my strips. I'll do with a duster. So this is just a standard A4 card base of very vanilla. I'm going to fold this in half. We're going to use that and that later. We're going to use these in a minute with my scrap pieces because I've got little pieces as well for the corners. I just chose a simple diagonal pattern. You could do herringbone. You could do all different shapes like a fracture card. Just don't forget, if you've got adhesive back sheets in your cupboard, pull them out and use them because I've literally had them there for about 4 or 5 years, maybe 4 years. So that's my base ready. We're going to be popping this to one side as well with the base because we don't need that just yet. I mean, we can glue that down, but and I'm just literally using a tape runner. I've got adhesive backs on the, and because this is cut at an angle, I'm going to try to have as least waste as possible. Oh, not quite, look. Luckily I haven't pressed. So I know I could use my silicone mat. I will be using my other scissors. And then I'm just going to take a strip. It's got my sticky on the back. I'm going to overlap it slightly. I'm just going to hopefully pull off what I need. My tape, like that. Because it's in strips, it's got, there it is, there's the other piece. It comes in 3 parts. See, it comes off in 3 strips, so it's easy to grip. So again, and I'm just putting it right up close and sticking that down. Oh, beautiful. I'm going to use my little dinky scissors. I'm only doing it for these pieces to save. I mean, you could save that for a corner. You never know, you might get a corner which is small, that just needs a small piece. And then I'm just using my bone folder. Make sure that's pressed down. And like I say, this is just cheap. You could use photocopy paper, literally just glue 2 or 3 together if you've got no thick card. Right, I'm going to take another piece because we want it either side. So one, ooh, let me see, yeah, there it is. It's easy to come off. I'm just going to prep this one. I'm not going to take it all the way off. I think I'd done this before on, oh, what do they call them? Oh, I've forgotten. The Starburst card. I did a Starburst card years ago and did little strips of either silver or gold in between. So I'm just going to snip that back. And that piece I can save for a corner. Isn't that beautiful? And then I'm going to alternate my, look at that, it's because I've already cut that at an angle and it's already got glue on the back. Oh, these are going to look absolutely beautiful. So always test your pieces. So I got this one now. This will just go, I'm going to slightly overlap that just so I can cut it off both ends, Beautiful. I got a bit more blue here. I'm going to test. Oh, look at that. Perfect. Lovely. I've got a bit more of my glimmer paper. And I'm just going to add a little bit. Now, was that? No, that wasn't white. Oh, that's white though. So I'm going to put a little bit of sticky on the end. I might just save this corner for a minute actually. Let's put that down. I don't want to waste that big piece. So let's get our white strip again. I mean, if you want to, if you're using a tape runner, just put your tape where you're going to stick your next piece of designer series paper. Making sure that you got it close to the other strip. Oh, I've missed a bit there. Oh, Gaynor will do something with that. Silly sausage. Now I've pressed on it, I will fill that little corner in later with another piece. So let's get some more of this beautiful bedazzled paper. Well, this isn't bedazzled. This is something I bought from the range, oh, a long time ago. Battery's okay because I put a fresh one in. Right, I'm gonna need all that taken off. I'm just gonna leave it. This time, Gaynor, make sure you're going over the edge. And I'm gonna take that off. Oh, lovely. And then I'm gonna grab a blue piece. And again, I'm just gonna add my adhesive. You can use your silicone mat. You could even put double-sided tape on these strips as well. Beautiful, love it. Gonna grab another strip. I know this is gonna be pretty long, so I'm gonna take all the sheets off. Where's it gone? Gotta have good eyes, girls. But can you imagine me trying to put a little bead of tape down there just to try and get that little gold strip? And I like this because you can take this up. I'm just going to trim off these thinner bits. And I'm keeping the decent sized pieces. Getting rid of my little strips. And I'm keeping these. I'm going to stick them on the back of my hand actually so I don't lose them. Whoops. But isn't that starting? I mean, you could do that halfway across a card. Let me get that corner piece. Where is it? There. And I'm just going to slot that on there because I tucked it behind as well a little bit because I made a boo-boo. So there we go. I'm going to stick that on there as well. So we filled that gap in and you can't even tell. I've got this little piece I can put there. Let me get the sticky bit. It's got to be right to the end. I'll stick that bit there and I'm going to leave that there for a minute. Fetch my silicone mat. I have got gems on the other side, but I'm just going to leave that on there for that to gel down. Now we need another white piece. Let's get this across there. Make sure we overlap this one, Gaynor, this time. Get that up close. It's just that we all love to do something with our little scrap pieces. And the bare minimum we can get to make a card look absolutely stunning, the better as well. So I'll pull my strips off. Bear with me while I pop them in the bin. Again, this is a long piece. And right to the very end, right next door. Oh, love it, love it. So I'm just going to trim. Now I know it's stuck down. I'm just going to trim off. I'm not being perfect yet because I can do that at the end. And I'm going to keep these. Keep these little bits. You never know where you need them. So now we need to go back to blue. You can use wet glue. You can use tear and tape, glue dots, your tape runner, anything. It's up to you. So I've got another piece. Let's take the ends off. I've left it overlapped a tiny bit so I can get to the first piece. And I cut 8 half-inch strips. You can do these 3/4 of an inch, half an inch, an inch. It's up to you, it's your card. But I think these half-inch strips just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. So again, I'm going to take that little piece off, stick it to the back of my hand so I don't lose it. And we're getting close where we can use the white bits. So another white piece. You could even start another pattern that way if you wanted to, but I'm just keeping it on the diagonal. Get it close so there's no gaps. Oh, I love it. Just going to give that a snippet. These come in handy, like I'm saying. I mean, you could even use the little strips if, look at that, if they're long enough. Oh, look at that. Instead of me using a whole strip, I've used 2 pieces off the back of my hand. Perfect. That's not quite long enough. So let's get one more. Making sure they're up close. But I've hardly used any strips here. We will tidy it up at the end. I'm going to add one more piece. I'm going to take the end off this. I should be able to go across. Stuck to my fingers. I got glue on my hands. Oh yeah, look at that. I didn't even have to uncover the other bit. And I'm literally just going to... I'm only doing a rough one. Back to the white. And I mean, that is so close to there. And this tiny little piece will just go over that end bit there. So look, I mean, I only used, I think I had I've got 1, 2, 3 full ones, 2 larger pieces, and these other pieces. I'll probably get another half a card, so I'd have to cut another couple of strips, and I've only cut, I think I only cut 8 of those pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So yeah, I've only used 6 pieces at 1/8 of an inch. So I've got a little bit there. I can now finally get rid of these little tiny pieces because I don't really need them. Oh, look at that. I could have used that on that corner, but nay mind, nay mind. And then I'm going to just turn this over. I'm getting rid of my silicone mat now. And because now I want to use my trimmer, I've got my embossing buddy, and I'm just going to go over the back bits, and it's no longer sticky, so I'm not in any danger of tacking up my blade when I come to do some trimming. I'm going to use my little trimmer. I'm going to slide this, making sure I got it right on the end. And get those bits out of the way. They're not actually stuck to the card, but they give me a perfectly straight edge. Again, I'm gonna put this in. Just check in. It seems to be a bit lopsided. It's my eyesight, that's what it is. Again, I mean, you could keep some of these bits because they'll re-glue up. I won't keep the tiny little bits, but these pieces will re-glue to go for your corners on a different card. If you want to be really picky, you can keep those little bits as well. So this is a straight edge, this is a straight edge. We've got another little piece here. Gonna take all those little, and I've got the tiniest little fraction, I mean tiny. I'm just gonna clean up those little bits, and because I've used my embossing buddy, it's taken all the stick off the back and my blade's not in jeopardy. So if you ever wanna, oh, I got a little bit there, that I can deal with. This comes in real handy. Look, just scrape it off the back. Perfect. Got a little bit. So isn't that absolutely beautiful? So I'll hold this one up. This is the one, I've added double-sided tape to this, but I've just used a piece of my, and it's really mega sticky. I've had to try and separate them. And this one started to peel because this is just the back of the double. So you have to split, because I put these on as strips. I should have put them all on together, then cut strips, but I put them on as single strips. So, but that's the colour I did last time. Just, both of them are going to be gorgeous cards. And get those little bits to one side. But look how beautiful that is. Clear my desk. Now I can pull in my blue piece. Oh, that bit's on there gorgeous. I'm going to grab some glue. Let's use my tape runner actually. I'm just going to do the corners. Because we've got that piece in the centre. Oh, I love it. I love it. And then you can decide which way around you want it on your card. Just gonna get that, because we've cut our piece out, so we're not using any extras. I'm going to add this on here with dimensionals, because this will be my card to my father-in-law. He loves glittery things. I know it's weird, isn't it? A gentleman that likes glittery things. He's in touch with his feminine side. No, he's 74, bless him, and he just loves shiny things. He goes fishing, so he likes his lures, and they're all shiny, so I think that's why he likes shiny things. So this is my Whisper White. No, it's not. It's my Very Vanilla. And again, I'm just going to make sure that is beautifully placed on there. Even that now, just a normal sentiment. Can you imagine that sentiment just in there? I should have used Very Vanilla, but I won't. I'll stick to my, I'm going to add this on dimensionals as well. And one top. bottom and top, so I've staggered them. I might keep this one straight, but I love this. The first time, I mean, you could put that on there now, it's absolutely beautiful. I obviously staggered it just for, I think I'm going to keep this one straight. I'm going to pop that in the center. Isn't that absolutely gorgeous? Beautiful paper. So, embossing bud. I think I've got it the wrong way round. Yeah. Got my Versamark. Got my gorgeous sentiment. And I'm just gonna stamp that on. Oh, fingers crossed. Got my gold embossing powder. Now I'm going to be really careful. I can see the words. Oh, that is beautiful. Nothing for me to dust off. I'm going to grab my tweezers off my lovely friend Carla. And I'm just going to... Oh, that was lucky. I'm going to warm up my... I've had this since it started as well. And it gets hot really quick. Right, there you go, it's starting to change. Oh, absolutely gorgeous. That took no time at all. Love that. I got a bit of a, what it is, I've gripped it with my thumb on the corner, so I'm just going to straighten that out. That is absolutely gorgeous, and once it doesn't take long to cool and dry. It's absolutely beautiful. Again, I'm going to pop this on dimensionals as well. I'm adding a couple because this is going to be a card for my loved ones. I'm just going to press down because they're so easy to take off once you press them. That took a second. Now, like this one, I set it at an angle so I could get my gems on. I don't know if I'm gonna do it this way this time. And I'm just offsetting it. It would look beautiful, perfect, but I just like the fact that it's offset. Let me get the strips out of the way because I need to get my gems. There we are. And I've just got cheap rhinestones from the range. These are from Simply Creative. They are the range's own range. The range's own range. And I'm just going to add 1, 2, 3 along the top, which I did at the bottom on that one. And then I'm just going to do, oh, I might do 3 on this one actually. Let's just see if I've spaced them properly apart. There, put it on that side. Oh, that is absolutely adorable. I mean, I've got these lovely little charms, but there's no blue, there's no green, and there's no red. There's gold, but I don't really want to put gold music notes. if I can get them open. Look, I've started putting the date on when I bought them, so when I come to saying, I know, because I say to you ladies, oh look at the code, it's 15 something. So would a music note? I don't think it would. I'm not going to add something just because it's gold, but I'm going to start putting the dates on things. But there we go. I have used the neutral gold. This is flat like the paper. Beautiful. It doesn't come off. Whereas this, if you scrape it, you can feel it. It's quite catchy, but it's still beautiful, and I love them. So you've got the pale gold, and you've got like this really deep gold. Which one do you prefer, girls? This one has got black ink and those gold strips. This, I love that I've offset that so I could get my gems in. But this has got the pale gold and it's flat. And the label itself is straight apart from the centerpiece, and this one's been embossed with heat embossing. Oh, I hope you like. I really enjoyed making the cards, and I hope you give it a go. And if you do, put them up in groups so the girls can see. And this is the reason we do cards, it's so you girls. And if you wanted to, just on the berries, I had a dash of Winker Stella to make it more sparkly. You could do it on the leaves as well. I just like a little bit of Winker Stella. You know me, girls, I've always been a Winker Stella girl. Just add an extra little bit of sparkle. I need to order some more because I'm running out of my Winker Stella. But there we have it. 2 gorgeous, gorgeous cards. I hope you've enjoyed. I'd love a thumbs up and a share. And if you do share, or if you can't share, just give a thumbs up because that pushes it out for other viewers to see. So the more likes it's got, the more people see it. So all glory to our great Lord and Saviour who gives us talents enough to share with you beautiful ladies. Love it to pieces. Come back on the next video. Take care. Until then, love you guys. Bye.